cheapest.
All right. Petey Pie.
We're back, niece. We're back. Holy.
What
Huh?
the hell? What
Man.
the heck?
And you know what? We still don't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
This is it. Okay. Lovely place to start.
gotta go.
Lovely place to start. Quarantine. What was it like? What are your thoughts now coming out of it?
The first 2 weeks of quarantine?
Yeah.
Oh, wait. First 2 weeks. First 2 months of quarantine.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say terrified because I wasn't terrified, but I was nervous. I was
Yeah.
nervous.
Yeah.
Because the unknown, just not knowing. And
Yeah.
what I'm hearing on the news is not making any sense.
Yeah.
So I was nervous.
Yeah.
Even going outside, I'm like, is it in the air? Like,
Yeah.
is there something more I need to be doing?
It
But after
didn't
2
stop
months in,
me. It didn't slow me down. I was out there like the virus itself. I was out there like every day. I
Yeah,
can't
but-
stay home.
like I said, after 2
I'm
months,
an
Yeah.
extrovert.
I decided to take matters into my own hands.
Okay.
Because they weren't doing nothing. They weren't
Okay.
saying nothing. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So I
what's the-
decided, you know what? I'm just going to get the shop prepped
Yeah.
for COVID and to keep people safe
Mm-hmm.
and start going in and doing appointments. I'm not going to wait on these guys to tell me when to act and I lose my business. No, I'm not going to do that. So yeah, thank God we're back.
Honestly.
Thank God.
Halfway.
And you said little to no
Yes.
quarantine?
Yes.
Huh?
Little to no quarantine?
Very little. I was out there every day.
You're still working? Essential
But I wasn't
worker?
working. I was working one day a week.
Yeah.
Because I work for the school board. So,
Yeah.
you know, I had a lot
Oh,
of
yeah.
a lot of time on my hands.
Yeah.
So I was still going out. I was still going places.
Yeah, me too. Trying my best.
But I washed my hands.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I had wipes in my car. For every time I go to the gas station or anywhere else, you know, I have the wipes. I wipe and I have the Purex. So you know.
Okay, so what are you thinking about it?
About this
He's
virus?
got the wipes. He's got the Purell. He's making sure. Do you think at this point right now, do you think it's necessary?
Yes.
Okay.
I think we should do this all the time.
It's better be safe than sorry.
You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
Yep. With or without the virus.
Without COVID,
It's good practice.
you still need to sterilize day to day.
Yeah.
This for the people that weren't practicing hygiene,
Yeah.
this was kind of great for them
Yeah.
because they were forced to.
So what did quarantine look like with you guys and the baby?
Well, I was working
Yeah.
because I work for Essential, so I was working,
Okay.
but I was doing what I had to do before coming inside my
Yeah.
house.
Were you afraid?
For him.
Yeah.
I had pretty much have to strip right outside in my hallway,
Yeah.
regardless if the neighbors or not,
Yeah.
for his safety.
Yeah.
Because I already know that the government did a bad job when it comes to COVID,
So
due to
funny.
the fact they said in the very beginning they said the first 3 rows in the front, the first 3 rows in the back, those people da 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 da. No, it should have been from right then and there. Everybody on the plane has to quarantine. Everybody on the plane, not the
yeah,
first
that
3
didn't make
rows in the
sense.
front,
That didn't make any
first 3
sense.
rows in the back.
Yeah, I never heard
That
that.
showed me right then and there that that lady did not know what she was talking about.
Yeah.
And guess what? To this day, they still don't know what they're talking about.
That's scary. P. Welcome back. Quarantine. Okay, so Pete is saying first 2 months, hysteria, fear. Last 2 months, frustration. It's time to hustle. What's it been like for you?
Well, I don't really take vacation, so
Huh.
it was good for me. That time off was well needed. It was good for me. I got a lot done. Got the garden in my backyard.
Come on.
Started a new business. So it wasn't bad for me. It was good for me, actually.
Quarantine. What was quarantine like? What was quarantine like at the beginning for you? Yeah, right? I know, nothing to do. Oh my gosh, and especially because you're new to the city, right?
Yeah.
Were you able to cut hair on the side or anything? No?
Hello there, how are you?
Good. Did your idea about quarantine and the virus change like throughout this 4 months off, or?
Well, it didn't come into any effect to anybody I knew or any family members. So it passed. Like, well, I mean, it's still passing through my eyes blindly because I've been wearing the mask. I've been following the procedures that they're asking us to follow. But I still haven't heard anybody in my circle of
Yeah, I
family
know.
or
Me neither.
outside
Good
circle
point.
of family that's
Good
somebody
point.
that's
Good point.
got infected by it. So
I love that.
it's not easy to determine what they're talking about when you don't know personally.
Let me
what
ask
they're
these guys too. Know anybody infected or that passed away?
No, but I have this thing called I can't breathe assist, and I can't wear this and breathe.
Meh. Know anybody that's contracted the virus?
Personally, no.
Do you know anybody that's contracted the virus?
That's
Talk to that guy.
we've been talking about. We've been talking about last week.
What happened? You know somebody that contracted it?
Yeah.
Who, you?
No.
Okay.
No. Wasn't me. Wasn't me.
But someone close to him, though.
Yeah, so a good
Yeah.
friend of mine. You're not even sure. He wasn't tested. Yeah, I got
He wasn't tested. No. Yeah, no. He's got to get tested. Yeah, he's got to get tested to be
They're
sure.
really on top, but he had serious fever. He couldn't breathe. The whole
he
he had
okay
all
now?
the symptoms. Yeah, he's good. He's good. He's good. Yeah, he's good.
Last week?
He was with us at the barbecue.
What barbecue?
The one with the tattoos, the sleeve tattoos on
I
the
was
back.
exposed to that shit.
That was months ago, man.
This is the braids. The braids are that color.
That was months ago, yo.
That's why I've been thinking 6 since last week, man.
I wouldn't say fake. Okay, new hobbies, new skills. New hobbies, new skills developed. Did anybody lose weight, gain weight?
I gained weight.
Yeah, I gained weight. At the beginning, I lost weight, but then I started to gain
Started
weight.
putting it back on. No, I lost weight.
Deliberately like working out. You did lose weight, actually. You did lose some weight. Dope,
Lots of rest,
right?
I would say.
Oh yeah.
But picking up bad habits, though.
Yeah.
What
Lot of
bad
drinking,
habit?
You're talking about good habits? I'm
Oh, I
talking about bad
know.
habits.
Oh, I know. I've been drinking more than I've ever drank, actually.
And getting up for work.
Yeah.
I've been so used to just sleeping in, whatever.
Yeah.
Now I gotta get up and go to work.
Yeah, like it's,
I gotta retrain myself again.
yeah, you gotta reprogram yourself.
Yes.
New skills. Gained weight, lose weight.
Okay, so our new skill was we learned how to play soccer with both feet.
Cool.
We learned how to say ball. We learned how to say this. We learned how to say go and dada.
I love that. Do you think baby actually benefited from you guys having more time? Did his mom have more time at home with him?
I would say personally, due to COVID, that babies didn't benefit from it.
Okay.
Because the interaction that they get from going to daycare and all those kind of things, they lack.
Yeah.
So me and his mom had to, like fill that void.
Okay, so I'm talking new skills and stuff. So everybody's kind of like, boy, if you don't pick up a new skill, if you don't start a new business or something during this time, you wasted it. You did both.
I did.
Dope. Tell us about it. Tell us about the plants.
Well, I bought a Kangen water machine.
Yes.
And it's electrolyzed ionized water.
And basically it's turning the plants into like super plants. Like I've never seen anything like it ever.
Monster.
What's that?
There's different settings on the machine, right? There's one for 9.5 pH, which is good for just drinking.
Yeah.
And then there's one for 6 pH, which is good for like a beauty face wash or plant life.
Dope. Yeah, the plants love it.
Then I have 2.5 pH to get rid of the pests and 11.5 pH to get rid of the mold and the mildew.
Okay, so you keep giving them different pH levels of water during the day?
Yes.
Oh, that's ridiculous. Pick up any new skills or anything during quarantine?
Online school.
Online
school.
Yeah, what was that like?
It was pretty good because our marks weren't allowed to drop, so
Ah, that's cool.
yeah, that was good for all of us, and then we all got to work together, maybe cheat a little.
How's this summer felt? Because I was like, if I was in school, This has been like the longest flipping summer vacation ever. Has it
Yeah.
felt like that, or?
A little bit, yeah. The
Yeah.
transition was easier because you're already going out and stuff. But quarantine was okay, and summer's been pretty good so far. I'm doing school in the summer too
Cool.
to get an extra credit. So
Good.
Yes, darling.
New skills, hobbies, anything, habits.
I
picked
know
up
the
during
wife is a
quarantine?
baker. The wife became a baker.
Yeah. Well, you haven't done bad though. Doesn't look
No,
like you
I'm
gave it
actually
20
on
years.
I'm on a new diet now.
Oh, that's good.
It's called no alcohol,
Yeah, right.
no drugs.
Clean life.
Try to live clean.
Okay, so this is our first week. We're back. We're just warming up.
Oh
We
yeah.
kind of just ran
We got a
through
lot of shit
most
to
of
forget.
it.
A lot of stuff to address. Hey?
Vaccine.
Oh.
You guys gonna do
Vaccine.
the vaccine if they give us a vaccine?
I still don't understand how they're going to come up with a general vaccine for everybody. How's that going to work? You can't come up with one vaccine for everybody.
Well, you guys heard where they're testing, right? Where they started testing?
Well, they're testing it in 3 spots in the world. Because I actually watched Bill Gates do an interview yesterday.
Bill Gates.
And he was saying that they're going to test one in somewhere in Japan.
Okay.
America's going to test in America.
And
But
they already
he said one
started.
crucial place that they have to have is Africa.
I don't know why he's saying that, but that's where they began the testing.
He says the vaccine has to be tested against different diseases that are not in other places. That's why they've selected the 3 places. So Africa, they have Ebola. So they need to see how the vaccine will work if someone has Ebola or you're on Ebola medication.
That makes sense.
In America, they got different diseases than in Japan. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So they're saying they have to do a wide sample size in order for it to be effective.
And if they have a vaccine, you taking it?
No, I won't be the first
What
one to
if
take it.
what if like going back into society is dependent on it?
I will wait to see the guinea pigs and what happened to them before I even think about it. Plus, I think I'm too young.
I don't want no parts of it.
Not the baby.
Uh,
The baby might need the
I don't think
vaccine.
so. I don't think he needs it.
It's going to be old people. That's who's going to get the vaccine first. It's going to be old people. They're going to use old people first, and then they'll
I
trickle
don't know
it
if
down.
old people will be able to handle the vaccine though if
Well,
it gives
they're
it
the ones
to
that are
you.
most susceptible, right?
Hey, what's going on?
Slow-mo.
Come on, man. What do I even? What question? I was just about to wrap it up. How's quarantine been? How the heck has quarantine been?
Quarantine has been okay.
Yeah.
We made it. We're making it through. So here we are. You know what I'm saying?
Come
You got me a
on,
little bit
man.
in a rush.
Nah, it's good to catch you, man.
Respect. Quarantine's we here. It's a lot to say about quarantine, COVID. What could you do? You know what I mean? Broomsticks are dropping.
Vaccine comes. You taking the vaccine?
No. Maybe. I was thinking about it. I might take the vaccine if I have to, but I don't think I need to.
Yeah, right?
If everyone has to, mandatory.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If they make it mandatory,
Well,
they make it
I don't know. I don't
mandatory.
understand what the big deal is with the vaccine, anyways. To be real, that's how I personally. I don't mind if I had to take it. I don't know, how. I don't know why people say take the vaccine or don't take the vaccine. To me, it's no big. When we were young, we used to go to school. They can make you take all types of shit.
Yeah, I know. You still need to, and that's the thing.
Yeah, we don't know. You know what I mean? If we
Immunization.
gotta take it. We gotta take it.
They might make it mandatory for like Locke to go back to school.
Yeah.
Are you looking forward to him going back to school? How do you feel about Locke going back to school in September?
I'm fine with it.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm fine with it. Like I said, I think this whole thing was blown way out of proportion
Huh.
anyways. I think it was way out of proportion. The shop should have been open 3 months ago. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
These guys just kept repeating themselves over and over. The numbers. None of that stuff meant anything.
If the vaccine becomes mandatory, even if it's not, even if it's optional, are you taking the vaccine just to feel safer? The coronavirus vaccine.
I'd probably take it.
Yeah?
Probably.
Cool.
As long as it's been tested.
That's it.
Yeah. I'm not going to be the first one to try it.
Fifth round. Vaccine?
I guess if it becomes mandatory, if we all could take it, then yeah.
I think I take vaccine already.
Yeah?
My tetanus shot and
You've been
flu shot.
vaccinated already?
Yeah.
You don't mind taking the COVID vaccine?
No, I don't think so. I think the thing is that regardless if you want to or not, somehow if you ever go visit a doctor or somehow if you ever go somewhere in the hospital or something, you're going to get it. I think,
The vaccine.
Yeah, I think somehow they're going to make sure you get it regardless if you want it or not. Somehow they're going to put it somewhere where you're going to end up taking it. You know what I mean? Like honestly, bro. Because a lot of people are not going to want to do it and they're going to say, well, we're going to make you get it, you know? So,
Oh, I know so many people. Vaccine becomes mandatory, or you can't leave the house.
Men not take it. I left the house. Tell me fear.
Okay, so you guys, overall, did Canada handle the pandemic properly? How did Canada do with the pandemic? How did our government do in terms of money, in terms of safety?
But they did, overall, they did somewhat a decent job. I can't say they failed.
Around the world,
Right.
they've done a decent. I'd
They
say
could have done better with locking down earlier. But, you know, overall, I can't say they did a horrible job.
I agree.
If I was going to rate them on like a scorecard, they
Yeah.
did a B+,
Okay, cool.
which is still good. A B+.
I give them a B.
Yeah, right. So we're in the same area there.
Yeah, that's not bad.
It was a B+.
How did we handle the
number
pandemic
one,
in
man.
terms of people's safety, in terms of financial support?
the best. I would be nowhere else, me personally.
Compared to,
Yeah.
if we're comparing, like to the States,
Yeah.
they did an amazing job. And compared to England and all these other places, yeah, they did an amazing job.
Yeah.
But like I said, I still complain because I think we should have been at work
Yeah.
long time ago. Just wasted a bunch of time. That's all. That's all I gotta say.
Bye, baby.
Yes, bless. See? Bye, bye.
Welcome back, Kev. So nice to see you, man.
I made it through.
Honestly, we're all alive.
I
Look
know,
at that.
through a history, a historical moment. We're gonna go down in the, they're gonna talk about us in the history books.
Good to see you.
It was so good to see you guys. Bryce, it was good to meet you, Cuda Poodles.
Hey, Pete,
Bye, babes.
They're gonna teach kids about us in history class. Historical footage. 100 years from now, they're gonna be teaching about us in kindergarten and stuff.
Right? How did you keep your morale up? Okay, so I'll admit, at the beginning, I had lost it a little bit.
Yeah, I think
I was going to hospitals undercover.
Really?
Yeah.
Why you were getting?
I went to the
paranoid?
COVID clinic. I had to see what was what. I didn't trust anything. I didn't trust anything. Yeah, I literally,
Investigative reporting.
I took it to the streets.
Oh, that's good.
And
That's good.
like everybody was saying, the clinic was completely empty.
Empty. Exactly.
There wasn't one
That's right.
other person.
Right. I went to the hospital and it was like that. I was shocked. That was the last place I wanted to go. Because what the news was saying, oh yeah, the
Yeah.
hospitals are overpacked.
Yeah.
Well, they were
There was not one person at the hospital. In the wait, I went to emerge.
Yeah.
We were there for 2 hours.
Yeah.
I didn't see anybody else come
Fastest
in.
service ever
2
because
hours in
everybody's.
emergency. That's quick.
That's
Usually they're there for like
In and out of there in
8
2 hours.
9 hours.
And we're talking about Michael Garrison.
Yeah, that's the worst.
That's why I was like, I don't want to go there, Lachlan. I take my son
all
there.
day.
But in and out, like you said, nobody there. I was surprised. And that's when my eyes started really opening up. Like, hold on a second, there's a scam going on here.
Yeah. Because what I'm also hearing is if somebody dies and they had COVID symptoms,
Right.
it's a COVID death.
Yes.
If somebody died and they tested positive for COVID, it's a COVID death.
Yes.
But
If you're in contact with somebody who was tested positive for COVID, it's counted as a positive COVID interaction. So like, there's a lot of
I
stuff.
didn't really follow that, but what I would say is, I think what they were trying to do is preventative measures as opposed to. So I think we kind of misunderstood. We assumed that all the hospitals are ram-packed and full, right? But the
Well, they
step-
said it on the
They were
TV.
saying that.
steps that they
told us
took
that.
were to prevent it from getting to that level. You see what I'm saying? So I think the media articulated themselves in the wrong way. You know, how the information was being put out. There's a lot of miscommunication.
It didn't make any sense,
Right.
bro.
I
What
think
they
there was a
should have
need to
done-
sensationalize and to keep
Trudeau
us
should
inside.
have came on TV and said, this is what we're going to do to prevent it from happening to us. If we do this now, it's going to save more lives as opposed to the 4,000, 5,000, you know what I'm saying? What they were, the way they articulate themselves is like, red alert, emergency, emergency, emergency.
Yeah, it was
and
horrible.
Then when people would see with their eyes, they're like, we don't see the emergency.
Yeah.
But that's where they kind of, that's why I didn't give them an A and I gave them the B rating, is because the communication was horrible, right? So they didn't articulate themselves properly. And they got to fix that because it's going to happen again.
Oh, so that was my question.
This is gonna happen again.
Yeah, are we going back?
I'm not even
Quarantine?
saying COVID. I'm talking about a total different disease. Something new is going to come out. Look in the next 10 years. Because look at SARS was like 10 years ago, right? SARS was like 10 years ago, just over 10 years ago.
She's saying
And we
it's gonna
never
be
even
something
heard
bigger.
what the fuck was, pardon my language, what the hell SARS was. Next thing you know, it's coronavirus. And we're like, what the hell is that? It's going to be another one that's going to come out. So, we'll see.
Okay, you guys.
I got some kids in the car, but
So George
I didn't bring it up.
Floyd and the protests.
Oh boy.
That was interesting. That was such an interesting time because we were all quarantined. We were all certain that we were supposed to be inside at this time. This is maybe the height of some people's fears and stuff.
Yeah,
And next thing you know,
Well, I know you like my personal stuff.
we're protesting.
Personal.
So what were your thoughts just when all that happened?
With George Floyd, you know what? I'm happy to see the changes. I'm happy to see some type of change.
Yeah. Wow.
I don't know how long this is gonna last, to be honest with you, because we've been through this before. George Floyd is nothing new. We watched what's his name again? The guy that got beat down, King. Rodney King. We seen that. That didn't change nothing. That was on video too. No. That never changed nothing. So the George Floyd thing, I think it's just unfortunately, I'm just going to say this. I think it's a trending thing.
Huh.
I don't think this is going to last.
Well, that's interesting.
Apparently, they kneeled down yesterday for baseball.
Yeah, I saw that. Did you guys see that? All
But
the
there's nobody in
players?
the stands.
Huh.
There's nobody in the stands. So of course they're going to do that. Let's see if they do it when they come back and the stands are full. Let's see if that happens again.
And it's all over TV too.
Right. Let's see if that happens.
Did you guys go to protest? Did you go to any of the
I
protests?
didn't go to any protests. No.
No? Pete, protest?
No. I'm not going.
Yeah.
Protests were
Mike.
happening during a COVID era. I have a little one. I have
Yeah, I
to
know.
protect him from that.
No, I know.
So if it wasn't for COVID being, I would have been out there like every single day. Not one day, every single day.
Don't.
Looting, I probably would have. But not
Well,
black.
this is the joke.
But not black owned business.
No, for sure.
Because-
But this is the joke.
Because me being Canadian and also educated, I'm not doing that to my own
No,
man.
for sure.
When we just got hurt.
But
That's the reason why I'm
understand.
fighting.
Okay, understand. The first night, do you guys remember when they burned down the police station?
Yeah.
Do you remember that feeling?
Yeah, I was happy about it. Yeah.
I know.
Shocked to see that.
I was ecstatic.
I was happy.
Never
This
seen
guy
that.
right here,
Unprecedented.
This guy would have been smiling.
Oh my gosh.
This is Fred Hampton. He would have been
I
smiling.
love that. They killed Fred. That was like
It's like a picture, bro.
an unbelievable moment. Them like mashing stuff up, them throwing bricks at the police cars. Like it was huge. So then that
Just like
Friday,
the moment when that guy died by the Wendy's, and they set it to flame ASAP.
Yes.
They need.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
what we need.
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Wow, I forgot that guy had passed away by the Wendy's. So much drama happened, you
It
guys.
didn't stop. The funny thing is, it didn't stop.
It
After
hasn't.
George Floyd,
Yeah.
many more.
Yeah.
Many more.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That was the worst part.
So it didn't change anything. So what's next?
Well, what we did
What's
see,
next?
I think for those people down there protesting the Black Lives Matter like
Yeah.
that, and I said this before, go put in your application at the police department so you could police your own communities then. Because if that's the issue and you're saying the cops are treating us bad or whatever, then you, ethnic people, need to go put your applications in and become police officers so we can patrol our streets and protect our citizens the same way you say we want to do it. Right? I think that's the best thing. Rockin' watch that TikTok.
I'm not seeing that.
George Floyd protest, Pete, did you go get to any of the protests? No? Did your kids go to any? No? Did you get to any of the protests?
I did not.
No? They were pretty lit, you guys. At one point, I was saying this is the new Caravana. At one point, it was the new Caravana.
I didn't go because I live all the way in Ajax, and I know it's an excuse, but I didn't really have time. I was busy. I was staying busy. I didn't have time to come down and come protest. As much as I would love to send my support for the people out there protesting, because the way they threw that girl off the building, rest in peace.
Oh my God.
Regis Paquette. That's
I completely. You know what the worst part is? You know what the worst part is? I really forgot all those people that also died during that time.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm Teddy. That was my nickname, Teddy. You
Yes,
forget?
ma'am.
George Floyd, did you make it to the protest?
Put my mask on.
No, no, no.
Really?
No. Yeah, yeah.
Why not?
Because
Yeah, man.
I'm tired of you know what I'm saying? Like, we act up when shit like this happens. We should be together all the time. You know what I mean? Not, you know what I'm saying? Not, we lose a life and then everybody act up a few months and then it's died down until it happened again. Nah, we're supposed to stay on it. So, you know what I'm saying? I really wasn't, you know what I'm saying? It was a sad moment, you know what I'm saying?
It was. But it was empowering to see the way people in the United States reacted, to see people around the world doing Black Lives Matters marches.
Yeah.
Come on, right?
See them in Japan?
Everywhere. It was like, to see them in Japan, to see them in...
I was shocked to see that.
When I saw them in Palestine, I actually cried. When I saw them marching in Palestine, I cried, because these are people where I've seen little kids get killed by the army for throwing rocks. So for them to walk for me, to say my life matters, I'm even getting goosebumps now.
Yeah.
So like,
I can't believe it reached that far. I didn't think they cared.
it was huge.
That's what
It got
I'm saying. Like,
really
even
big.
Japan?
It got really big. I feel like it's died down a lot. There was definitely some weeks where like every country was making sure they were doing the marches and stuff like that. There are still marches happening daily in the States, you guys.
Makes you think, like, do they really care, or is it like...
No, it's and also just like he says, like companies kind of paying people, all those companies coughing up hundreds of millions of dollars towards a movement that hasn't really even started. You know what I mean? So like, we dedicate $100 million to
I do like
what
I do like when it comes to the entertainment world, TV business, point blank period, is if you disrespect the black nation, they do cut you. You do lose your show.
Yeah. People are losing their jobs and stuff like that.
It's more
effective.
Your part of that show does get cut out. Like for instance, what's the show on MTV there? The Challenge. There's an Asian girl from the UK on it named Dee. She disrespected the nation. They don't show her at all. And they need more of that.
They've become really swift at that.
Because it's not even about disrespecting the nation. It's being disrespectful, period. Whether it's against the LGBTQ community and you feel like you can be vocal that way, or if you're disrespecting a race, whether it's white, black, Asian, Hispanic, you should be cut from entertainment, period.
So how are we feeling about police reform? Police reform versus just the whole issue of like police reform.
If I agree with it?
Yeah,
of course.
What does that look like to you? Because some people are saying defund the police.
Exactly.
Well, no, I'm asking you.
No, good question though. What does police reform look like? What are they going to change? Or they're just going to talk? They're just going to talk. And they're just going to stay the same.
Well, what I want it to look like is the same approach that you have in London, England, and the UK of police.
No guns?
It's a 3-tier police system.
The guns out of there.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, how come in the UK it prospers, but over here it can't?
Yeah,
Of
3-tier.
course it could. But what comes with that is more CCTV, which I understand that. But guess what? I feel human beings have lost the right to that privacy of less CCTV.
Why is that?
Why is that? Because you have as much CCTV you have in the UK, and you have very little gun violence versus Toronto, versus New York,
They still
versus
have
Chicago.
police brutality though, you guys. They still complain about the police system.
But
There's
they
knife in
complain.
England.
They complain, and they have a right to. But it's not as bad as it is in the States. Just like how we complain, and it's not as bad as it is in the States, right?
Yeah. Did you guys catch Will and Jada?
I heard about it.
Did you see?
But I thought they knew about each other's
Okay.
infidelity.
They didn't know. They just played it off for the camera.
Of course
They knew.
No.
I was on the impression that they were swingers.
I'm not. And see, I think that's the false thing.
I don't think they're swingers. They accept that if they break up, they could go off and do whatever
Oh
they
yeah,
want to
yeah.
do.
Sanitize.
Did you see Will's face?
Temperature check.
Yeah. The screenshot?
How sad he was?
That was just a screenshot, though. I watched the whole video. I actually watched it here when it was going on.
Really?
Yeah.
And what were men saying? What was Penta saying?
Nothing. I was watching it. They were busy working. I was watching it while it was going on. It was kind of funny. I thought it was funny. You have a press conference to say that you slept with another guy. Who cares?
I know.
What's his name?
I don't care. I'm just mad it wasn't me hooking up with Jada.
Hilarious.
I'll be honest with you. With the Will and Jada thing, the only thing I don't like is how they kept trying to force that she had an affair, she had an affair, she had an affair. When a long time ago, everybody got that whiff of their swingers, for instance. But I know for a fact that Will and Jada, on purpose, for many years, didn't say what the relationship status was for that reason. Of people can't say that they're swingers, people can't say this. But you can tell that the relationship was having issues and that they were both like into something else.
Well, this is
So
what's
this
so weird to
happening
me.
is not a big deal that she went and found happiness somewhere else, because he was doing that himself.
Sure. They were broken up.
And they were broken
Sure,
up.
Will was doing it.
So it's not an affair. It's
I
not
just feel like,
cheating.
based on Will's face, Will looked so
He's
hurt and
disappointed-
distraught.
He's disappointed
Because
that
it came out.
Any man,
And he's an actor.
any man is gonna feel distraught and belittled if their wife comes on TV and says another man made her the happiest she's been in a long time.
I know. The disrespect.
Any man's gonna feel like a fool.
Because I asked you a question.
A boy, half his age.
A woman will feel the same way. If Will Smith would have said, "Oh, I want to mess with that youngin over there because she made me feel like a real man,"
Yeah,
of
yeah,
course
yeah.
her face would have been the same way. So nobody could say.
Feel sorry for her. And gosh, Will, because that's the double standard, right?
That's the Me Too movie.
Will would have looked like an asshole if he would have done that.
Oh, for sure.
Right? But with Jada, they're like, yes, girl, you go get your, you deserve that. Yo, go get your back broken.
You know what I'm finding right now is like, okay, you see with this whole thing about equality, whether it's race or sexes, I still hear like girls that are like DJs or MCs and stuff and be like, oh, but girls do it better because they pay attention to detail more. No, they don't. Because that girl might pay attention to detail, but that girl doesn't. And that man might, and that man might not. Yo, I'm really starting to see like that equality thing. No, it's only in favor. If you're a girl, then oh yeah, girls do it better. If you're a guy, oh yeah, guys do it better.
Touchy. What else has been going on? We know Kanye's running for president.
What's he crying about?
Okay.
What's he crying about?
Abortion. Okay, so this is the thing. So let's establish this. No, let's establish this. Let's establish this. That's what he says.
I think he went off his meds on purpose so that way he can rant.
I feel like
his
this is Kanye, you guys. I don't know if Kanye's ever been on meds, actually on meds. I feel like if you think about the way he's always behaved, the way he's always spoken, the only real thing he's afflicted with, I feel like, is fame and celebrity.
Yeah, it's haunting him. It's driving him crazy.
I don't think
The timing is just too. Every single time, there's always a controversy about him. Couple months before a record's gonna come out, it's always been like that.
Kim's not going to divorce him because he's better to her dead than alive. So if he dies, she's better with him dead than alive. So
Yeah,
I think
she
that's
ain't
just
divorcing.
She ain't divorcing.
It's not just education like from what you get from school.
Kanye West for president?
Kanye. I don't know about that.
Hey, you
Let them
guys.
understand the way your brain works, bro.
Because the picture's always bigger than what you think. Always.
Kanye West for president?
Oh man,
President of what?
I know. I feel bad for Kanye, man. I feel sorry for the guy. I feel sorry for him, and the reason why I say that, yeah, he needs help, bro. And they're exploiting him.
I don't know, you guys. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't feel like he needs any more help than he's ever needed.
You know what? I know Kanye's always wanted the spotlight. We know this. He loves being in the spotlight.
Yeah.
But obviously, the guy's got problems. It's pretty obvious that the guy's got problems. And he's being exploited by the record label, whoever. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because it's good TV, right? But you're gonna sit there and watch it. It's like watching George Floyd with the knee on his neck.
Yeah, I didn't.
It's the same thing. Yeah, you're gonna watch him self-destruct. That's basically what's gonna happen. I don't want to see that, bro. I feel sorry for the guy.
If I was honest, okay, so we're talking mental health. If we're honest, at the beginning of the pandemic, because it was basically everything we ever read, every movie we ever saw, Bible, everything was like coming true. So it was like, it was a lot for me. It was a lot for me. It was. So like, I was rebelling. I was like,
You know what? After the first, I would say maybe after the first 2 months, maybe going into the third month now, I'm running out of money now. I haven't got no CERB benefit or nothing.
Yeah.
This is when I was starting to get stressed out because I can make money regardless of where I am or what's going on. But just to not be sure of when the next solid thing is coming in, that had me a little bit away, you know.
That's everybody.
I just set my garage up and started cutting here in my garage. $50 a cut.
come on.
4 cuts in a day. I'm good. And the cuts were coming.
Okay.
Yeah. The cuts
I
were
love
coming
that.
because I have a full barbershop in my.
I love that. Mental health.
Yeah,
So he was, I mean, Panther was feeling it towards like the middle of the pandemic and stuff like that when it wasn't like, when money wasn't sure. And that's a lot of people. Just the uncertainty of just like tomorrow. How was your mental health? Because you're like a guy, solid, right?
I didn't even get a cut. I just found it in my phone.
But what was it like?
Well, it's still mental health for everybody. You're talking about during the COVID time?
I'm
or just
talking
in
about-
life period or in general.
I'm talking about maybe how did COVID trigger your mental health?
Well, COVID triggers mental health, not just, I could even, not to say with me, but with a lot of people.
Yeah.
The COVID thing, it triggered a lot of people's mental health because mental health, for one, it's already on the rise daily. It's already crazy. It's a big thing, especially coming up with the younger generation.
Yeah.
But with the COVID, it made it crazier. It triggers it off because a lot of people, they started losing their job or losing their position, and school was out, and the list goes on. And grocery stores that you couldn't go, or you have to only go with mask on, or.
Were you at home with the kids?
Yeah, I had the kids.
What was
for
that
the most
like?
part. Yeah.
Right?
The kids are
Do you have
driving
kids?
crazy.
No, not yet.
Yeah, the kids would drive you crazy. My kids were home with me for the most part, and they're back and forth with me. But online school, all that's even that could trigger a lot of people's mental health. Because I noticed, like, with me and with us at least, like, we know somewhat of the internet or how to log on. We know the basics, but a lot of these families out there, the kids were home, they had to go on the internet to go to school, and a lot, let's say people coming in the country, they're not too good on the internet, they're not even that good with English or reading the instructions. I'm sure it was hard for them too, so the school thing was a trigger for the mental health.
This is it. Even just sitting down to have the patience to do the homework with the kids, though?
Yeah, it's hard. It's not easy.
Some of the kids are smarter than the parents.
Yeah.
Most kids are smarter than the parents. The thing about kids being smarter than parents, what I figured out, they're there working on this stuff every day. You're not working on that stuff every day. You know what I
haven't
mean?
seen it since the second grade.
Exactly.
When I'm helping you.
And
You're like, what is this?
None of it's irrelevant to our
There
everyday
you
life.
go.
Exactly.
Because we don't need
You haven't seen a lot of this stuff.
fractions. We don't need bed math in everyday life. You know what I mean?
Sorry to stress
We
you
don't need
What
to
was
know
quarantine
what
like
the
for you?
square root
exactly.
of,
We don't
of
need to
certain
know
things are.
We don't need to know the slope of a triangle in real life. Like,
Yeah,
what do we
you
need
know
that
what I
for?
mean? Like,
No.
Unless I'm gonna be an architect or something like that.
understand?
Like, I don't need that. What I need to know in real life is how to invest money. And
No
how
joke.
To
How to
buy
incorporate.
property. Exactly.
I was literally like working on how to incorporate a company. I was like, this is the stuff that they need to be teaching you in school.
Exactly.
I shouldn't be learning this right now. Teaching myself this right
Exactly.
now. This is like basics.
Right, and you know what they don't want to teach us that because the rich are only a certain percent
Yeah,
of
for
the
sure.
of the population, and they want to keep it like that. So
Yeah,
they
and it
don't
doesn't
want
have
to
to
teach
be
the
that
whole
way.
population.
It doesn't have to be that way.
Exactly.
Like I started
Absolutely.
learning about I'm starting a nonprofit.
Mhm.
Everybody should start a nonprofit. Just come up with a cause and let the
Yeah,
government give you
come up with
money
a cause.
to flip and fix the cause.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, give me a break. How was quarantine for you?
Quarantine didn't really affect me too much. I was only off work for about a week.
Yeah.
So I'm essential.
Yeah, that's good.
Just
That's
playing, but no, I was only off work for about a week until they figured out what was going on, and then it was just normal for me, other than like going straight to work and going home rather than chilling with everybody because everybody else was on quarantine. So it didn't change too much for me.
So P, you didn't get the CERB, but what do you guys think about the $2,000 a month? Is that enough?
Well, it helps. It helps when there's nothing there. I wouldn't say it's enough, but listen, America's only getting $1,200 one time.
I know,
So,
and they're maybe thinking about a second time. I don't even get how they're living
think
on
about
that.
So
I don't even get how they're living off of that.
happy to be Canadian again.
CERB, $2,000 a month. Was that sufficient?
I mean, I think it depends on your situation. If you have a family, then probably not. I didn't get the CERB, but
But $2,000 is sufficient if you weren't making more than $2,000. If I was making more than $2,000 a month, what's $2,000 gonna do for me? As soon as I get it, it's gone for my bills, and then I have no spending money. So, but there was a lot of cats who got the CERB who weren't even working, so the government's gonna figure that out.
The CERB was a come up for some folks.
Exactly, it was a come up. But if you make more than $2,000 a month, and now you lost your job, and you usually make, we'll say, $2,900, $3,000 a month, that $2,000 isn't. Where's the other 900 gonna come from?
Exactly.
You know, so it was a win for some and a loss for others. So.
And overall, how do you feel like the government did? Just with
COVID. Glad to be a
and-
Canadian. Shout out Canada, first of all.
To be honest, to like this is the first pandemic in how long? I think they handled it quite well.
Yeah.
I won't even lie.
The best that they could.
I won't even lie, cause how come there isn't more cases in the homeless? How come the homeless them ain't rocking out with beer corona everywhere? Beer homeless people have corona because they can't get to the doctor. They're on the road. They're lying down. So I think that our country dealt with it pretty well. Look what's going on in America right now. Right now, dog. Yo, it's July the 24th, dog. What's the numbers over there?
Too many numbers, but it's a lot. They're #1 in the world, even though it started somewhere else.
Yeah, I know. Even though it started in a country full of billions of people.
It was probably a USA conspiracy from the get-go, and they just started it from China. So, but I don't know.
It's funny because in Canada, I still feel like there's room to be like, is this thing real? In the States, I almost feel like they've got the real version over there.
They do have the real version. they want to control the population with it. There's another agenda going on somewhere, and that we don't know about. They want us to control. They want us to focus on the corona situation while they're doing some underlying They have another agenda.
There's always something else going on when something big is in the light. Always. Welcome to the Indian them. Yo, big up to my native Indians, man. What happened to what happened to the native? What happened to the pipeline? You know what? No one's talking about what's going on up there, eh? Yo, you think those people are allowed to protest? No. Those people aren't even allowed to protest on their own land without going to jail. I feed them land, you know. And they can't even protest on their own land without going to jail. They passed a new law. I think it was maybe in May or something. Yeah. Where the people can't protest.
That's ridiculous.
But we're allowed to protest all over the place.
All over the place.
We're allowed to protest all over the place. This isn't even our country.
How is the government getting away with that?
Yo, listen, man. They've been doing it to them for years, eh? And they're still doing it. And it's arms us.
Yeah, so power to all people.
Yeah, man. Big up to the First Nations, man. Wherever you guys are.
No, for sure.
We're standing with you guys.
The Black Lives Matters marches are also in conjunction with indigenous people.
Yeah, they're there. Of course.
Always.
Of course they support.
And they say that, and it's for sure.
Of course they support.
Start when I left my house. Okay, so this is back to the mental health piece. When the protests first started in the States, and when Black Lives Matter had their first protests here, I thought that we were gonna tear stuff up here.
Did you go?
Yeah, I went.
Were you prepared?
I went to tear stuff up.
Were you prepared to tear shit up?
I went to tear shit up. I was dressed in all black.
You're ready.
I had my flipping sneakers. When I tell you guys I was ready, I got off at Museum Station.
Listen,
I wanted to go to the museum. I was ready to go to the museum. I was gonna knock over the flipping sarcophagus.
At the end of the day, listen, man. When those things happen, if you ever look about the history in Africa, there's no right way and wrong way to go about protesting your injustice.
Yeah.
If people are gonna riot, because then that has to happen.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, that's the only way that people are gonna stop and look and listen.
And I feel like it was effective.
Of course it was effective.
Burning down the police station
Of course it was
effective.
effective. When I seen them burn the police station down, I was like,
crazy.
yo,
Come on,
fire.
new day,
More
new
fire.
day.
You guys did
New
it.
day.
Yeah.
You guys got
New
my
day.
message. You know how long I've been sending you guys that message?
Honestly,
Yo,
honestly,
trust me.
honestly.
Trust me. That was a wicked thing. Hey, what's going on in
I can't believe they did that, but that's
what's going
that's
on in
crazy.
Seattle? Is Seattle? Did they
don't
they
know.
still have that city taken over down there?
I
They have
think.
a little
Oh, yeah?
city that's
Protesters?
Oh my
that's
gosh!
taken
No, no,
over
no!
in
You're right.
Seattle,
You're right.
fam.
You're right. What's that city called? There was a name for it.
Pause this.
So 23 days ago.
So yeah, so the Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone was cleared. Yeah, so like 2 weeks ago. That's too bad. So that was a successful little flipping community.
Yo, the people them took over the police station. they renamed the police station the people's.
Okay.
The people's department.
You got to understand. I was really proud of Americans, you guys. Like they did it.
No, they
Yeah,
shut
like
down a
they
lot of
did
cities.
it. They did it.
Shut down a lot of cities.
Yeah, they did it. Like for all of the talk about revolution and they did it. They were brave enough to just flip and go wild. The police, the flipping the sergeant or whatever of that police station, she was talking like it was wartime. She was like she wasn't ready to give up the police station. They did it against her orders.
Good.
They fired her.
She was talking like it was actual like wartime. So that's crazy.
Yeah, because she said that she didn't agree with the police them leaving the police station. I remember that.
But yeah, so they did a good
But there's
job.
a lot more pedestrians and civilians actually than cops. So if we
Yeah.
really wanted to overrun the cop station, we could really overrun the cop station.
Why don't you think anything happened in Toronto?
I don't know. I don't know.
Just because it's Canada.
Yeah, it's Canada.
And it's
Stuff
not-
stuff like that happens over here, but it's not
happens,
as
but
severe.
It's not like that. Like
Not as bad.
I have at least 3 friends that I can recall that were killed by the police.
Really?
That I personally know. That were
Come
my
on.
friends. Yeah, but at the end of the day, like this is Canada. It doesn't happen like it happens in America. It happens. So I guess that's why it wasn't as bad over there.
Yeah.
Plus, people were getting CERB money. People weren't suffering like in America,
Exactly.
eh?
Huh.
Listen, man, if they gave us a $1,200 one time, trust me, people would have been out there. Shut up. Are you crazy? People would have been out there if they only gave us $1,200 one time.
And also, America has 300 million people. We only have 30 million people. So that's why the occurrences over there happen 10 times more. We'll say 30 times more because they have 300 million people. We only have 30 million people. So the opportunity is way larger out there. The odds for stuff to happen are a lot higher over there. Just because of the population.
Can't believe you have 3 friends, bro, that the police them took. You deserve a riot, a protest. You deserve at least 1 brick through a window. My God.
Rest in peace to my homeboys.
Amen.
This is Pete Cutter from Cut and Run. Thank you for watching another week of Chop Talk. Please subscribe.
I did it.